Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Upper Arlington High School here in Upper Arlington, Ohio. It is playoff volleyball time. The Golden Bears of Upper Arlington are hosting the Lions of Gahanna Lincoln here tonight. Lincoln comes in tonight with a 10-12 record, 5-5 in the OCC Ohio Conference. They're coached by Brianna Culley, assisted by Rebecca Ebright. Gahanna has had a solid season after growing a lot, replacing several of their top players and winning a district title just a year ago, their first since 2016. This year's three-pronged attack is led by junior captain Kaylee Jackson, senior captain Lila Scott, and junior Kate Oswald. Those three have accounted for 74% of the team's kills this season alone. Jackson is the reigning and now defending block leader in the OCC Ohio and has now eclipsed over 500 kills in her career, so we're certainly going to keep an eye on Kaylee tonight. Junior setter Ava Bacon eclipsed the 400 assist mark last week as they finished off their regular season with a 3-1 win over Westerville North. Sophomore Michaela Bone has earned the nickname the Silent Assassin for her ability to affect the play without making fanfare. The Lions rolled the Warriors last week, including a decisive 25-4 set. So they are riding high heading into these playoffs and excited about this rematch. Yes, that's right, you heard me. A rematch from August the 21st when Upper Arlington did beat the Lions 3-1 in this one. Your Upper Arlington Golden Bears, coached by Megan Terwilliger, assisted by Annie Kowalewski and Kirsten Schroeder. 16-6 this year on their season, 5-5 in the OCC Central as well. Upper Arlington is paced by senior setter Ivy Rex and freshman outside Roxy Rigo. Junior Nia Fanati, an Iowa State commit, and has been a huge addition to the roster, but did suffer an injury kind of mid-season, and so she is back, and you will see Rex and Fanati do some setting here today for the Bears. The Bears have a lot of seniors, and they're sporting one of the best seasons they've had in several years. 4 wins, 5 wins, 10 wins, and this year 16, so a lot of growth from Coach Terwilliger and the Golden Bears over the last 4 seasons. This season, they're paced by their 2 outside hitters. I already mentioned freshman Roxy Rigo. She is having an outstanding start to her high school campaign, 231 kills and 57 aces. Junior Ava Montgomery has 206 kills as well. Senior setter and Hillsdale College commit Ivy Rex paces them as well. She continues to be a weapon with her aggressive net play, accounting for 131 kills of her own as well. Asha Chowdhury leads the Bears defensively as their libero with 313 digs. So we're excited to bring this one to you. Warm-ups are happening as we speak right now. Again, my name is Phil Nagy. I'm so excited to join you here with some playoff volleyball in Jim Hamilton Court, Upper Arlington High School. Back in just a minute. All right, about 5 minutes left on the warm-up clock here tonight. Then we'll get the starting lineups, introduction of the players, and the national anthem tonight as well. Gahanna Lions, Upper Arlington Bears. Lions and Bears, oh my. We'll see who takes care of business here tonight. Tonight's officials, R1, David McCrae will be on the podium. And R2 will be Brian Washburn here this evening, sporting their blue. Both gentlemen looking dapper this evening. Hope for a good, clean game from the officials, of course, and let the play be determined by the girls on the court here tonight. Playoff volleyball. Is there anything quite like it here again? Upper Arlington, Ohio is the site of this one. The Gahanna Lincoln Lions, the Upper Arlington Golden Bears getting ready to go at it here in just a couple of minutes. Gahanna will be in their gold jerseys with the blue armbands. Upper Arlington will be in their black jerseys here this evening. Very excited to bring this to you. Of course, playoffs come around, you throw those records out of the window. One team is 16-6, one team is 10-12. They played earlier this season and it had a certain outcome. You throw all those things out now in winner go home season here. And very excited to get this game going here. Just need the lineups and the national anthem, and then we'll get this thing kicked off.
Hello, sports fans. What have you been doing these last 12 days without high school volleyball? It's on tonight. Welcome to Arlington High School at Jim Hamilton Court for today's Central District number 1 semifinal game between seeded number 12, the Gahanna Lincoln Lions, and the number 4 seed, your Arlington Golden Bears. On behalf of our Board of Education and School Administration, we invite you to make today's contest as enjoyable as possible. Please represent your school and community in a positive manner. Please follow the rules and show respect to your fellow fans, players, coaches, officials, and your opponents. Let's make today's contest a great one for our student athletes. Respect the game. Thank you. Concessions are available tonight for today's contest up until the end of the third set. Please support our program by paying a visit to our concession stand. The officials for this contest have been selected and assigned according to the procedures adopted by the Ohio High School Athletic Association. And let's meet the officials. Our first referee is David McRae. Second referee is Brian Washburn. And our line judges this evening are Meredith Bray and Glenn Elder. Now let's meet tonight's teams. First, for Gahanna, number 1, Sydney Chilton. Number 2, Ava Bacon. Number 3, Kiki Miller. Number 4, Lila Kinkle. Number 5, Peter Tomanek. Number 6, Jayla Daniels. Number 7, Sydney Novotny. Number 8, Aubrey Yakishaw. Number 9, Aubrey Totten. Number 10, Michaela Tuthill. Number 11, Kaylee Jackson. Number 12, Michaela Bone. Number 13, Lizzie Deisler. Number 14, Kate Oswald. And number 21, Lila Scott. The Lions are coached by head coach Brianna Colley, assisted by Rebecca Ebray, Kudo Ja, Kimball, Helly Alston, and Mika Schuler. And for your Arlington Golden Bears, number 1, Caroline Omiatek. Number 2, junior Ava Montgomery. Number 3, freshman Roxy Rigo. Number 4, senior Asha Chowdhury. Number 5, sophomore Gwen Rudlinski. Number 6, junior Eva Miller. Number 7, senior Katie Sexton. Number 8, senior Lily Blakeman. Number 9, senior captain Ivy Rex. Number 10, senior captain Ellie Ness. Number 11, senior Gianna Homer. Number 12, junior Sydney Hart. Number 13, senior Chloe Kaiser. Number 14, junior Ella Hankey. Number 15, sophomore Olivia Vogt. And number 16, junior captain Nia Fonati. The Bears are coached by head coach Megan Terwilliger, assisted by Bailey Church and the amazing Andy Kowaleski. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand as you are able for the singing of our national anthem.
All right, the anthem is over. Players are shaking hands at the net. Good game, good game, good game, good luck, all of those kinds of things. Now they'll circle up for their team celebrations. And then we'll get this one started. Upper Arlington will be serving, again, right to left on your radio dial, so it were. And their junior setter, Nia Fanati, will be the first one to serve. Again, transfers in, gets elected captain, already committed to play Iowa State. She's only a junior. A big-time impact for the Golden Bears this season with Nia's transfer.
Starting tonight for the Lions, Kinkle, Pomenak, Cotton, Jackson, and Bowen. For the Bears, we've got Rex, Montgomery, Blakeman, Rigo, Ridlinsky, Chowdhury, and Bonatti.
All right, sports fans, buckle up. Let's enjoy some playoff volleyball here. Fanati behind the serve line. Referee would like the ball cart to be moved a little further out of the field of play there. David McRae on the stool tonight. Fanati gets the signals from her coach, and we are game on. The lefty service ace right in front of the defender. That's Lila Kinkle, who tried to come in. She's playing a little DS in the back row there, and Kinkle just a little bit late to react to the volleyball. And one serve, 1 point for the Bears. They lead 1-0 here. Fanati, lefty serve again, good float. Deep this time, Kinkle takes it to the net. Hit by Jackson aggressively, but she's all over the net. Again, we talked about Kaylee Jackson to start. She is the primary attacker. So electric, just a junior now as well. Beast at the net on both sides, this time a little bit too aggressive. That set was awfully tight, and Jackson got caught fishing in the net. Now Fanati deep left serve again, way up, libero, high out of system. Bowen over the net, roll shot taken by Montgomery. Now Rex setting from the front row. Montgomery blocked, but good cover by Chowdhury. And now Rex will roll shot over the top. Gahanna going to recycle the ball deep. Roxy Rigo on the free ball. Now Rex, little dump over the middle, picked up by the libero for the Lions. Cross-court shot taken by Chowdhury. And now in the middle, Blakeman got it to go. Senior Lily Blakeman, a little bit of an off-speed hit there, maybe a little bit early with the approach. Got just the fingertips on a good stretch for Blakeman. A long rally goes the Bears' way. They take a 3-0 early lead here. Fanati still serving. Lefty, deep float again. They are picking on Kinkle right now. Middle swing for Jackson, blocked right away. Jackson again on the overpass, and quickly, nobody's there. A little bit higher on that free ball from Chowdhury, perhaps, as Rex was kind of stuck behind her middle hitter there. Good first run for the Bears, 3-1 now. And rotations happening for the Bears, and now Sydney Chilton comes in. Chilton, jump floater, taken by Chowdhury. Pusher to the outside, little help. Double, careful at the net, over the net from Bone, but they're able to get it. Recycle free ball sent over. Here come the Lions in transition. Bacon backside to the Oppo. Big block on that side by Ava Montgomery. Lila Scott, the Oppo, took a big swing at it, but Ava Montgomery was up to task. And she will get subbed out for Eva Miller to serve. Nice block on that side by the junior, Ava Montgomery, second on this team in kills. 17 blocks, give her 18 now on the season. Here comes Miller. Good float. I can read the writing from here. Back set to the middle to Jackson. Tips off the block. Now Fanati. Set it back to Rex, who's swinging the 5-ball, and she'll try to cover her own hit. Cannot get it back out of the net. Good block over there on that side by Kaylee Jackson. We talked about her blocking skills, the reigning block queen in the OCC Ohio. And she is absolutely the spark plug of this team, according to Coach Colley. Bone now to serve. Deep to the left, taken by Montgomery. Real tight, gonna throw for Roxy Rigo, the true freshman. A little bit low for Jackson, she doesn't care. Ball was maybe a little bit inside, looked like it could have been a 32. And Jackson came in and terminates it. No chance for the Golden Bears there. Kind of split the middle and right side blockers. 4-3 now. Bone still serving. Another float serve taken by Chad but is deep. Help from Montgomery. Free ball coming over. Actually, Rigo's going to take a swing at it, but swings hard and out of bounds. Tough play, out of system. Just try to put a good roll shot on it, and the freshman puts it out deep, and we've got a tie game 4-4 here. Bone will move over towards the middle of the court for this floater. Deep again. Chowdhury fights it off. Fenati puts it up. Rigo in system. Nice dig by Kaylee Jackson. Bakeham now to the backside. Scott going to roll deep. And now Rex on a bump set. Rigo again. High hands, and they got the point. Got high hands at the net and high hands at the back row defense that time. And the freshman Roxy Rigo again leads this team in kills. 231. That's 3 per set. Again, just a freshman, Roxy Rigo. Very excited about what she can become here for the Golden Bears. 5-4. Libero, Chowdhury serving. Nice throw to the far side. Just going to be bumped over, but it's short. Fenati comes from the back row. Nice defense. Now Rigo, roll shot. And we're going to say it was 4 hits on the Bears. Getting some explanation from Washburn R2. Is Coach Terwilliger. 4 contacts for the Bears. Now Kaylee Jackson back to serve. Jackson, deep ball taken by Montgomery. Fenati back to Rex. Rex swings deep corner, just a little bit out. That roll shot had eyes. Unfortunately, those eyes may have been closed. That ball goes out of bounds to the back left corner, trying to go for that one zone. Jackson serving again. Gahanna now with a 6-5 lead. Chowdhury takes it. Fenati, big push to the far side to Rigo. She jumped a little early. Good hang for the freshman. Really tight on the dig, and they'll win that point. Jackson dug the ball really high. Bakeham, the setter, kind of lost it in the net. Did not give her the kind of bounce that she had hoped for. And we're all tied up at 6-6 as senior captain Ellie Ness comes in to serve. Fenati moves to the front row. Ness, big breath before this serve. Nice float serve again. Serving's been very good from both teams. Bakeham now far side. Swing by Oswald. Tooled it out of bounds. Fenati over there on that side. Good angle from the junior Kate Oswald. 3rd on the team with 133 kills this season, and she tools Fenati on that right side. Now we're going to get substitutions from the Golden Bears. Bakeham comes back into the game, and now she will serve. Sydney Chilton had been in that time. She does some of the setting as well. Taken by Ness, beautiful pass, Fenati. Backside swing, it's a little bit of a slide to Radlinski. And up off the backboard, taken in rhythm. They're gonna get a roll shot here. Oswald high off the tape, taken by Chowdhury. Far side, Rigo, swinging, cross court. Dig is out of bounds. And a point for the Bears. That was very close, but out of bounds. Good swing again from Rigo, and the dig error leads to a 7-7 tie, and now Roxy Rigo, true freshman, serving from that line. Good float deep left there, attacking the one zone tonight now. Roll shot coming from Oswald, taken from Rigo. Fenati, big push. Montgomery mishit, and there's going to be a point, easy point for the Bears actually, because of the mishit of the volleyball. And Montgomery's going to be credited with the kill on the off-speed swing. Rigo serving with an 8-7 lead here. Game number 1, District 1 semifinal. Oswald, roll shot, taken easily by Chowdhury at the net. Now she's swinging with the left hand, but it's 2 out. Fenati, the lefty setter. Anytime you got a lefty setter, you got to be aware of that. She took a big swing at it, just didn't quite snap over the top like she wanted. Ball was out by maybe 2 feet. Fenati, though, love that aggressiveness. Both of the Bears setters very aggressive at the net when they are running from that front row. Serving from the libero. Now to the far side. Montgomery tried to go down the line, but it's out. She tried to cut it just a little bit too finely inside the block and down the line, but that thing trickled out by just a little bit. Another serve coming for Yakusa. The senior captain libero, 237 digs on the season for Aubrey. She'll serve it into the net. First service error we've seen from either team. And we have a 9-9 game back and forth here at the Jim Hamilton Court. Upper Arlington and Gahanna Lincoln. Currently tied at 9 games, number 1. And now senior Katie Sexton will come in to serve for the middle. Well-deserved break from Gwen Rydlinski. Sexton serve, good spot, another nice ball and an ace. Good serve that time. Kiki Miller on the opposite end, not able to get there. And an ace serve from the senior Katie Sexton, sporting the number 7 here tonight. Sexton now moving over to her left. Nice take there. Just a little dump over, easily taken by Rex. Now pushed out, Fanati. Montgomery cross court, but too sharp and out of bounds, no touch. She really tried to go 4-4 in that one, and it was just a little bit out. Again, you can see kind of that flat trajectory of the volleyball. Needs to snap over the top there on those extra short angles. Good swing for Montgomery. She's had such a good season. Just missed that one. Now Oswald back to serve, which means Kaylee Jackson is in the front row. Rex, big throw to the other side to Fanati, who's swinging from the right, and she hits it out. Deep swing again for Fanati. Again, as the Bears kind of mixing and matching their two setters who are both weapons at the net. So now Fanati swinging out of this rotation and Rex setting. 11-10, the Lions take the lead here. Still game 1. Serve again, taken by Rigo. Errant pass, they're gonna have to send a free ball over. They barely get it over the net. Jackson tries to punish him with the spot, and she does. Actually, that's Bone. Michaela Bone, number 12, not number 11. Caught them out of position, saw that spot, and just set that to a spot where nobody was at. We got a 10-12 Gahanna Lincoln Lions lead. Oswald, Rigo, beautiful pass. Off the net, actually setting her in the back row. Rigo on the pipe, and that was a beautiful swing. Love rewarding that passer there with a good pass. And Rigo puts a big swing on it from the pipe. That's that back row attack. She's clearly behind the 10-foot line when she leaves the ground. 11-12. Bears now back to row 1, and Fanati serving. Lefty setter. Maybe another ace. Nope, they're going to be in trouble, though. Jackson's going to have to bump over a free ball. Here's Chowdhury at the net, taking it over aggressively. We know she is going to do it early and often tonight. Ivy Rex, one of the most important parts of the Bears offense is Rex at the net. 6'2", I believe, for Ivy Rex. And she is a force at the net. She waits such a long time before giving that left hand away. Very hard to play defense to get it unless you are really, really on your game mentally. Here we go now. Roll shot over from the libero, taken by Fanati. Now Rex pushes it to Montgomery. Swing, but a nice dig. They get it back up. Rigo quickly the other way. Blakeman in the middle, tip, and they're going to get the kill. A little bit out of sorts there. Still in the middle. We have not dialed one up yet that has looked great, but great doesn't really matter. It scores the same. And that's exactly what happened there. Fanati serving, and a 13-12 Bears lead. Another good serve, the pass. It requires another roll shot now. In system, here come the Bears. Montgomery, good cut across the net. Jackson with the dig. They're going to send another free ball over. And it's out of bounds, and the Bears score. That free ball goes out of bounds. Visible disappointment from the Lions' side, and they're actually going to go ahead and call timeout. Their first timeout of the game by Coach Colley, 14-12 here in game number 1. You could see visual disappointment from the bench and the entire side of the stands rooting for Gahanna in this one. They are invested in this one. Love to see it. Great crowd here again, Jim Hamilton Court. Playoff game, Division I, District 1 semifinal. Winner gets Olentangy Liberty later on this week at the campus of Ohio Dominican. Good game so far, both teams back and forth, both teams serving well. I would say that Upper Arlington passing a little bit better to start this one. They've been in rhythm a few more times. And it's tough when you're having to send free balls over, you don't get a chance for your big arms to swing, and that of course is Kaylee Jackson for the Lions, and they have not been able to see her swing in several points. And the Bears maintain now a 14-12 lead. Fanati back on the service stripe here. Lions back out onto the court as well. Fanati Lefty serve from right in the middle. Deep serve again. Another trouble play. They're not going to be able to do it. It's really tight. It's going to be an overpass, and actually she's under the net. And a kill from Ivy Rex on the overpass. Fanati, another serve. Deep serve in the middle, taken up. Set by Bacon in the middle. Jackson, big swing, and they can't pick it up. Kaylee Jackson, we knew she wasn't going to hide for long, and they found her that time lined up in the middle. She took a big swing to that back right side. Middle back defender not able to get the dig up. 15-13, Bears with the lead. Chilton in to serve now. 13-15, her team trails 2. Rex now will set the back row. Rigo, big leaping jump, going to be dug up beautifully. They're going to go backside. Dug, but turn around, they can't quite get the ball up. Chowdhury got it up, that line shot from Lila Scott. And Scott from that opposite position, able to put one down the line. And Chowdhury unable to get it high enough for her teammates, and or her teammates not able to scoop it out of the net. Tough one there. Nice pass from Chowdhury. Now they're going to run quick 31 tip from Blakeman. She recycles her own. Now it's going to be real tight for Montgomery. Blocked at the net. That's the big block from Michaela Bone. And you can hear the roof chants from her teammates. That was a big block from Michaela Bone. That set was very tight. Montgomery tried to do everything she could to pop it off there. Get another recycle, and it did not go. Chilton. Dug by Chowdhury. Now they'll push it back row. Rigo, a little bit out of system, and it's just deep. Oh my. That roll shot was coming down, but it misses by inches, and quickly the Lions have retaken the lead now, 16-15. Good timeout for Coach Colley, as they have scored several in a row after the timeout. Chilton now deep serve with some aggression, and too much. It goes out of bounds deep, 16 all here. Subs coming, Montgomery to the bench, Miller to the serve line. Number 6, Eva Miller in to serve. Serve specialist for Ava Montgomery. Gives Ava a quick break. She's going to sit down and slug some water. Miller, nice deep float again. Taken by the libero in the middle. Backside kick. Bone, cross court. Kill from Michaela Bone. She's having a nice performance here today. Again, Coach Colley called her the silent assassin. That's what the team has nicknamed her. She's making the quiet plays become loud, and that was a nice swing for her. Again, all the attention on Jackson. Sometimes your best player can turn into a decoy and give somebody else a nice one-on-one look, and that's what Bone was able to do. Sweet serve, but a even better pass. Fanati to Rigo in system. Tool. Nice play. What a pass by Ava Montgomery. Fanati put a beautiful set on it, and Roxy Rigo goes high hands to Tool against Kate Oswalt and Lila Scott. Chowdhury, right down the line, that hit the ground right in front of Jackson. Another ace by the ace leader from your Golden Bears, Asha Chowdhury, 38 on the season. Excuse me, she's second to the freshman Rigo. To look at my own notes, Phil. Look at your own notes. Chowdhury now. Serve, good floater again, deep. Takes her to about 12 feet off the net. Into the middle, out of bounds, forced it that time, Lila Scott. That was a high set in the middle, tough for middles to swing when that's that high of a set. They are used to going fast and furious, and not able to hold up and have quite enough patience on that particular play. Chowdhury's taken it to 19-17, the senior captain, Asha Chowdhury. Another great serve taken by the libero. Now on the far side, swing, but a nice block and a good recycle, tipped at the net by Jackson. Chowdhury, it's really tight. Oh no, overpass. Nope, they're going to get it back. They're going to get another chance at it now. Roll shot from Rigo taken now in system. Nope, they keep going to that oppo side, and a big dig from Fanati. Here comes Rigo with a big one. The dug again. The libero for the Lions. Roll shot to the middle, and it's down. Off speed from Kaylee Jackson, and it hits the ground right in front of a diving Asha Chowdhury. But what a dig that time. Lila Kinkle playing some good defense, as well as their libero Aubrey Yekasa. And Yekasa had a huge dig that set up Kaylee Jackson roll shot. That was a inspiring rally from both sides. Good game here so far, 19-18 now. Lions serving to tie. That one's going to be deep. It is. A little bit too much sugar on that one from the serve line for Kiki Miller. Yes now. Ness checking back in. Senior captain. Opportunity to serve and play some defense. Sporting those hot pink shoes now. Ellie Ness. Good serve taken again. Far push. Dug up in the air, out of her way. Couldn't get out of her way. That's so tough. Montgomery digs it straight up in the air, and all she's trying to do is get out of the way. Unfortunately, she's blocking her teammate from the ball without even knowing it. And that is a tough one there. Serve subs coming from the Lions. 20-19 Bears. This game is back and forth here. Game number 1, they'll play best of 5, best 3 out of 5. Of course, game 5 would go to 15 as needed. You got to win by 2, of course. 20-19. Serve it up from the setter, Bacon. Fanati, what a nice serve. That was, just out of bounds. That was a really nice set from Fanati, and Rigo's swing goes just deep. Just deep, merely inches. The Bears have missed a couple of these swings from Rigo on that outside. Bacon, short serve this time, taken by Chowdhury. Fanati pushes it again to the freshman. This time she won't miss. Oh boy. Big old swing that time from Roxy Rigo, and she put that thing down in front of middle back. There is nobody digging that one. And now 21-20. Here come the Bears and the freshman Rigo, rewarded with an opportunity to serve now. Rigo, good serve deep. Nice pass right at the net. They're going to serve outside. Swing tucked by the tape. Fanati's going to have an opportunity. She'll tip over, and it's going to be down. Good play by her setter to calm things down. There were some bodies in the way, people not having an opportunity to transition back on offense. Fanati does the right thing, tips it over, gets a nice point. That's a heads-up play from a heads-up player. And the captain, Mia Fanati. Left side, Joe just out again. Rigo tried to go for the short porch there. Could not get the ace. That would have melted this place to the ground. The fans waiting for something to blow up about on the Upper Arlington side. Yakiza. Fanati again, backside. Gwen on the slide. Gwen back to the middle. Off the high, off the block, now taken. Out of rotation, Chowdhury's just gonna bump it over. Nice roll shot, short, taken with one hand. Trouble at the net, they're gonna have to get a tip. She stays on her side. Good recycle for the Lions, but they're gonna have to send another roll shot over, which they do. Can the Bears transition out of the net? Somebody was in it, and they're gonna call the setter Fanati. Like that right elbow maybe caught a little bit of the net. 22 even in game 1. Back and forth action, Bears and Lions. My, oh my. Yakasa serves again. Fanati. Montgomery tipped at the net, taken immediately. Deep shot throw, big swing on the outside. Kate Oswalt. Whoo, my oh my, that thing was nearly straight down from Oswalt. And Upper Arlington will call timeout now, trailing 23-22 here in game number 1. Good timeout by Coach Terwilliger after that momentum shifting swing. You could see the juice on the bench, you could see the juice in the stands and on the court. Veteran coach like Terwilliger sees an opportunity to try to shut down a little momentum. Rally her troops here. The point after timeout, so important. In fact, a lot of coaching friends I know keep track of those things. How many points do we win immediately after a timeout? We call that a coach's point. Terwilliger is hoping for a coach's point right here. Her team down 1, game number 1 of the District 1 semi-final. Olentangy Liberty awaits the winner. Good atmosphere for high school volleyball here tonight. Jim Hamilton Court, Upper Arlington High School. Yakasa the libero, serving again. Ushered that way by referee David McCray. Her serve is up, Nice pass, it's a little off the net. Fanady's gonna push, beautiful set. Montgomery, big swing, but a nice dig. They pick it up, but they're gonna be out of system. Little Oswalt roll shot, and she's under the net, and they're gonna get the point, and that is the coach's point that Terwilliger was hoping for. 23-23, and here we go. Remember, we played at 25, and you win by 2. There is no cap. This thing will go as long as we need it to. Sexton subs in to serve. And it's a good one. Deep again. It's going to be an ace for the Bears. Kiki Miller got her platform a little bit high. Got to try to drop that shoulder or let it go. That thing was deep. Not sure if it would have been in or not, but either way, she obliged. And the Bears have set point. Sexton serving, same spot. I would. Set it to the outside. I would set to Bone. Bone with a tip, taken by Rex in the back row. Fanati, big push to Montgomery. Dug at the line. A lot of bodies at the net, and the tip goes over. Oh, boy. Michaela Bone, there she is, the silent assassin. Just the right place at the right time. She's able to jump high, tip that thing over. And the Bears were not prepared for it. Here we go, 24-24. Seems only fitting that the first one would go to extra points. Taken by Rigo, nice pass. Rex gonna push it back to Fanati. Lefty blocked, oh boy. That's Kaylee Jackson. We talked about it before, and Coach Terwilliger immediately uses her second timeout. She can get up and lay the roof on it, and that's exactly what Kaylee Jackson did there. Coach Terwilliger immediately calls timeout again. Timeout number 2 now. They have no more left in this one. Different coaches handle timeouts differently. Some are talking strategy, some are encouraging, some are inspiring, some are using some choice words. Just depends on what kind of coach you are and the kind of pulse that you have on your team, and what kind of situation is required from you as the coach to lead your team. And nobody knows those girls better than Coach Terwilliger, so she's got the right things to say in that huddle. Love the way the girls high-five each other. Both sides of the court, teams are very close, very well coached. 25-24 now, set point for the Lions. Can they steal game 1 after they've been down most of it? Rigo, nice pass, Rex at the net. Right in the middle, and it's blocked by Bone. Oh boy, Michaela Bone. And another big block from the Lions. And they're gonna take set 1, 26-24. Gahanna coming back after being down much of the set, winning and taking a 1-0 lead in this best-of-5 contest. And my, oh my, a front row play. These blockers for the Lions are not messing around here tonight. Some of these sets a little bit tight, always harder to get that thing around a big block when it's tight. Some places may call it like a trap set when you get that thing real close to the net, and all you can really hope to do is tool it in your favor. Those last couple swings from Montgomery and Fanati, they were just trying to get something going, and it came right back down. And I don't care how good your team defense is, you're not going to cover it when it comes straight back down on that one. What a good first set here from Jim Hamilton Court. Again, appreciate you joining me. My name is Phil Nagy. This one's been a fun one. Gahanna up 1-0 here. Win or go home season for high school girls volleyball in the great state of Ohio. And this is going to be a good one. Second set coming at you in about 2 minutes. I'll join you then. All right, set number 2 in this winner go home best of 5 match between the Upper Arlington Golden Bears and the Gahanna Lincoln Lions. Set number 2, Gahanna will be serving. They trailed at times by a couple of points, but that first set was really back and forth, but Upper Arlington seemed to be in control until the end. I think it was 23-21 Bears, end up losing at 26-24. They're going to start right where they stopped, which is the libero. Aubriacus, a big push from Fanati. Here comes Montgomery up into the block. Haley Jackson coming right back down in the way. We'll see what kind of mentality the hitters for the Bears have. It is next to impossible as a hitter to not start to adjust after you've been blocked a few times in a big way. So we'll see if they can stick with their training or try some off-speed things, different kinds of swings. But hopefully they stay aggressive. That's the best way. Up the net, nice tip, read well. Fanati dig. Into the middle, Blakeman. She's a little bit late, so all she can do is tip, but that's okay. Enough of a transition to get the point as Lily Blakeman, the senior, on a little bit of a tip there in the middle, and it went down just over the head of the middle blocker. Kaylee Jackson, number 11 for the Lions. She's the one they want to feed. Back to the outside, though. Lila Scott, a little bit of a roll shot picked up. Here's Rex in the back row. Rigo, deep. Snap over the top of that one there, Roxy. It's a good swing. Good idea. Just a little bit out. Now Bacon serving again. Into the middle. Blakeman! Oh, I'm not going to tip this one. Woo! On the quick, that was a little 31 there. And Rex to Blakeman. And lest you think all I do is tip, she says. She buries one. 2-2 Bears. And Eva Miller in to serve. Couple of bounces and a spin. Miller now. Deep serve. Oh, good pass. Up in the air. They're actually going to keep it in. Roll shot from Bone. Oh, no. Landing right between 2 defenders. And that's a tough one, and that's the downside of having that serve sub come in because she doesn't have quite as many defensive reps as the middle back defender. You can clearly tell that the libero Asha Chaudhary was expecting something different from her middle back defender there. That ball lands between them. 3-2 Lions. And they serve out. No harm, no foul. As Scott returns the favor with an error of her own. And we've got a 3-3 game. Chaudhary coming in to serve for the Bears. Continuing to attack Kiki Miller, or excuse me, Kinkle there. And a couple of bad passes and they can't get it over. Yes, that is Lila Kinkle back there. They have been serving her aggressively in this rotation, particularly identifying her as potentially the weakest passer. Attacking early and often. 4-3. Bears serving again. This time Kinkle puts a dime right on the center, and then Jackson from the oppo side. That's going to be a kill for the Lions. Ball got up, but not chased down on that second one. Jackson swung from the right side. She's all over the place. She'll swing from the outside, the middle, and the right side. That time she swung from the right and got herself a kill. Serves it now. She'll go back and play left back defense. Here's Rex. Rolled it over the top of the block that time, but again, deep. Those are the kinds of things we start to think about now After your team has been blocked a few times, do you start changing things? That swing did not look as clean as the earlier ones had from her. Nice pass up from Fernati, gets it up and beautifully touched, because remember that third ball can be called for a double. Tight at the net, and this time Rex gets her own block. And the bench responds in kind with some roofs of their own. Ivy Rex, 6 feet 2 inches tall. That set was really tight, and again, just showing you an example of what happens when that set is tight. So hard to do anything with it on offense, especially when you have a really good blocker on the other side, and Rex is that for the Bears. Ness now serving. Beautiful pass on the outside. Oswalt rolls it middle back. Fernati throws it to the middle. Gwen, she wasn't quite ready for it. She's going to toss it over the net. In system now, off the block, and a good diving dig, but they can't get to the ball. Montgomery laid out to her right. Dug up by the Bears, but they are not able to get it back and put it on the court. Bone back to serve. Jackson taken out for a DS just to get a little bit of a breather, perhaps. Oh, an ace for the Lions. That ball was difficult, right between two players. And Ness got over there, couldn't quite get the platform angled where she needed it to go. And the ball deflects out. 7-5 Lions now with a 2-point advantage. Bone, jump float again. This one's deep. This time Ness doesn't take the bait. She tried. She thought about it. She did not take it. 6-7 now. Montgomery transitions to the front. Rigo back to serve. The outside hitters at the serve line. Chilton into set for the Lions. And she'll set this one from her 10-foot line. She'll push it deep. It's real tight, careful, ouch. And that's Fernati with a big roof there. That's a really, as a coach and a player myself, that is, you just hold your breath when it's that tight. You hope anybody doesn't come down on another person's ankles. That was potentially a dangerous set, too tight there. Luckily, Fernati able to just put the roof down gently and score the point for the Bears. Now Rigo in the middle. And a big swing from Oswald. Now Rigo from the back row finds a good spot, but it's dug well. Now a cross-court swing taken by Rigo in system now. Fernati, here's the slide with Gren, and she finds a spot. Radlinski into the 6 zone or the 5 zone. Tough to tell from my perspective, but either way, there was nobody there. That was a great swing. They love running Gwen Radlinski on that slide. We've seen it a couple of other times. That one, she really had a nice approach. She was in system, and she put a good swing on it, and the Bears have a little 3-point run. 8-7 is their lead. Rigo with another nice serve, another bad pass, and another ace for the Bears. Roxy Rigo. 57 in the regular season for the freshman, and she adds another one there, 9-7. I think that point maybe went to the wrong person, perhaps. We'll find out. 10-7 now, maybe we are right. As very quickly the Lions' 2-point lead has turned into a Bears 3-point lead. Rigo continuing to serve, and serve well. Here she is again, cross court again. Taken by Oswald. Little roll shot on the front row, Rigo digs. Fernati, big push, nope, she'll take close to Gwen. Kind of a little bit out of a body position, so she'll tip it over. Now on the right side, swing dug by Ness. Fernati push. Montgomery off the block. A little bit late from the middle that time. Vida Tominik, your middle blocker for the Lions, just a little bit late. Montgomery was happy to oblige the gap. Put it right off that inside hand of the middle blocker as she was just a little bit late to get over. And now a 4-point lead for the Bears has led to a timeout for the Lions. Remember, it feels like just a minute ago, 7-5 Lions. They had some momentum. They were flying high, had a 2-point lead, and very quickly Roxy Rigo went back to that service line, and she has been surgical with the right hand here. 11-7 on a 5-point run. 6 points if you count the rally point. The side out. Rigo back there. 11-7. A lot of juice on the Bears side of the court right now. Body language for the Lions not as strong as it was earlier. Rigo again, got to get that first serve in, and she does, and it's another ace for Rigo. Oh boy, that's exactly how you want to treat a timeout if you are the team who did not call the timeout. Come in and ace them right away. Cannot ice a polar bear, they say. And Rigo with ice water in her veins right now, not going to be phased by that. Another nice serve. This one's going to be playable, but it's out of system. Going to be a little bit of a roll shot. They try to go deep, dug by Ness. In the middle, Radlinski, and then an overpass, and out of bounds, a Tool. Bears score again. They are rolling now. Rigo at the service line has been a true weapon for them. Continuing to roll. Nice overpass, Joust. That time another overpass, Tool for the Bears. Ooh, and another ace as it just tickles its way over the net. Oh boy. Sometimes the ball just falls your way. That thing hung on top of the tape for a long time, but another ace for Rigo, and she has taken over set number 2. This time it's a nice pass. Can they be in system? Nope, they cannot. Tried to throw that 31 to Vita Tomanik the middle, and it was just a little bit too high. Out of her outstretched arms, it's going to go as an attack error, and now a substitution coming. And they're going to bring in Sydney Novotny, senior setter, just to try to mix things up here as Chilton heads to the bench. Out. Sometimes all it takes is a quick sub. Just change up the picture, change up the look a little bit, and Rigo puts that one out. But what a run for Roxy Rigo at the serve line now, 15-8. Ness, not the best of passes. They're going to get a little tip from Montgomery up the net, taken back up in the air. Here comes Oswald. She'll fire it over the net. Excuse me, that's Scott. Now Montgomery, oh, she saw it too. She saw how open the cut was. There were no defenders in the 4 zone for the Lions. She wanted that spot, just could not get it over the net. You could see her vision. She caught it perfectly, just needed to get that ball in a playable position. Fanati. Somebody touches the net. Oh my. Gahanna is upset about it. Chowdhury into the middle. Radlinski, and she misses it. Sometimes they say the ball don't lie. That time the net that was not called rewarded a couple plays later with a hitting error for the Bears. Volleyball is a funny game like that, isn't it? 15-10 now. After that service error, they have scored 3 in a row. Fanati. Radlinski high off the hands. Touch indeed. Good high flat swing from Radlinski on the on that slide. Sexton checking in. 16-10. Bears leading here. Set number 2, but they trail 1-0. Sexton deep serve again. Nikisa, her libero spot. Now it's going to be free balled over. Nobody there to swing at it. They should be able to get it easily. Fanati a little bit late to get there. Tip down the line, and it's going to hit the antenna on the way over. She tried to squeeze it outside of the block and instead just hits the pin on the way over. And a point for the Lions. 16-11. The Bears lead. Rigo, here's Rex, back to Fanati. She'll just set it over to a nice spot on the court rather. Now the Gekasa, the libero, rolls it over. Rex again in the middle. Blakeman, no high hands this time. Oh, they're gonna call the high hands. Oh, one of the line judges signaled for a touch. Both R1 and R2 agreeing that that ball was over the hands and out of bounds. But the close line judge did have the touch signal. Now out of system, Montgomery, nice swing. That's actually a really nice 5-5 set from Chowdhury. Now off the block, and Rigo can't get it. They go high off the block, and now some juice for the Lions. 16-13, and you can see Coach Terwilliger contemplating the timeout right now. She's gonna let her girls go. 16-13 here. Gekasa, the one who had all of the serves when it counted for the Lions in game 1. She's back there again now. Rex setting to Montgomery. Big swing, dug by Gekasa. Real tight again, roll shot off the block, but dug by the Bears. Swinging at it again is Montgomery. They recycle the play. giving a chance to play again. Jackson, though, swing, and she'll get the kill. Hadn't called her name in a while. Kaylee Jackson this time from the middle of the court, waiting her turn, and she puts a big swing down. Back and forth these teams have gone now. The Lions trailing by just 2. And Terwilliger going to opt to make a substitution rather than take the timeout. Another coach way to try to disrupt momentum. So Chloe Kaiser, the senior, checks in. She will swing from the right. Oh, ace for the Lions. Chowdhury pops that thing up in the air, but her teammates cannot come to help her out. And the run that the Bears had has evaporated here, thanks to some good serving from the Lions and some unfortunate passing and not being able to get to that second ball for the Bears. Neither team has been in system a ton this set, again, as the serving has been so aggressive from both sides. Right now, the Lions, though, on a run indeed. Holy smokes. After the 9-point Roxy Rigo run, the Bears were up 15-9, and now it's 15-16. The Bears' lead has evaporated in short order. Aubrey Ekesa, the libero back there, serving for the Lions. She was impactful at the serve line in set number 1, and now all of a sudden, being down 6 or 7 points in the rally scoring version of volleyball is so difficult, and they have fought back really tough here, have the Lions. Showing a lot of heart in this one. 16-15, the Bears still lead. Rigo in the middle, Blakeman. Nice 31 again. Blakeman seems to be more comfortable off the spot, off the middle, get her a little bit to her left, a little bit more space to see that set, and she has capitalized on both of those 31s now. Fanati back into the game to serve. 17-15, Bears lead. Can they shut the door here in set number 2? Fanati, good serve. Nice pass to the right side. Taken high off the block, but dug by the Bears. Fanati again, she'll push to Montgomery. Ava Montgomery squeezes it through the block that time. I don't think that Jackson and Totten were able to shore up that block on the right. And Montgomery went right through the wickets that time, and a big kill for the Bears, 18-15 here in set number 2. Referees having a conversation on their headsets to each other that none of the rest of us get to hear. 18-15. Fanati, nice serve now. Taking a push to the outside. Jackson, big swing, dug by Chowdhury. Fanati pushes it over, but they're ready for it. Bone hits it back, and then Jackson actually in the middle in the overpass. She makes them pay. She's all over the court. She's swinging outside, she's swinging middle. I can't keep up with her spot on the court, and apparently neither can the Bears. She is becoming so effective and continues to be that offensive spark plug that Coach Colley had mentioned in our pregame conversation. 18-16, they still trail 2. Short serve on a pass by Chowdhury. They're gonna get it up, and Rigo's free ball doesn't get over the net. Asha Chowdhury came out of the back of the gym for that, diving up to the front. And a really, really nice pass, and unfortunately her team could not get over the net. Holy moly, that was a good pass. Now Rex, now she'll dump, picked up by Yakisa. Now they'll dump again. Setter's dumping all over the gym. This time they'll push it to Blakeman. That's what you want to do when everybody thinks you're going to dump. You put it to your middle, and Lily Blakeman, unblocked, able to terminate into the 1 zone. In 19-17 here, the Bears taking a 2-point lead here. Both teams have used 1 timeout. Miller to serve, another good serve off the hand, so it's tight to the net, but Jackson doesn't matter. One-handed touch set from Bacon, and Kaylee Jackson with another big-time swing. Like the Upper Arlington block was just a touch late, had not quite penetrated the net. That thing came down right in front of them, but on their side of the net. That's a roof that's not fully built yet. 19-18 now. Scott serving. Chowdhury with a dime. Fanati push. Rigo taken, dug by the Lions now. Here comes Bone, roll shot deep. Montgomery takes it. Fanati's in trouble. She's going to set Rex. Rex tips. Picked up by the Lions now. Swinging over the top. Dug again by your setter. Chowdhury, bump set. Rigo. Rigo off a block! It was in anyway, and a net. They're going to call net. So the Bears scored the point. Looked like it could have been a touch. They also said the ball was just in, and then ultimately called the Lions for a net touch. 20-18 Bears. Chowdhury at the serve line, the senior captain. Asha with a nice deep serve. Going to be pushed from the 10-foot line in the direction of the hitter. It's a big swing from Oswald. Dug back. Now Rigo, roll shot back to Oswald. Outside hitters playing a little bit with each other. Roll shot doesn't get over. I think it was 4. It is 4. That roll shot touched the tape but did not get over the net. 21-18, Bears now at the lead. Coach Colley thinking about it. Not going to use her timeout here. Chowdhury. Back to serve again, Asha. Good serve again. Nice pass, here's the 10-foot line. Tip from Jackson, deep shot, oh! Unlucky touch. Two players' body momentum going for it. Chowdhury pops it up, but unfortunately the player who would have played the second one's momentum was taking her away from the play. 21-19, just unlucky there for the Bears on defense. Here comes Kaylee Jackson at the serve line. Can the Lions claw out a second set victory? It's low for Rigo, she'll tip, picked up easily. Now Jackson, your secondary setter, she'll bump it. Tipped over the top, Fanati with a nice dig. Rigo's just gonna play it over, try to let them get back in rhythm. Now back row attack for Kaylee Jackson, she'll roll, but it's out. She tried to cut that thing to the 4 zone and it goes out of bounds, 22-19. Bears with a lead. As Jackson looks maybe a little bit less comfortable swinging from the back row. And that was just sort of an aggressive roll shot, went just a little bit out of bounds. Now Ness in to serve for the Bears. Ness, real tight to the net again, careful, oh, over the net. Is that 4 attacks, but then just an overpass by Rigo. I thought somebody was in the net, may have been 4 contacts as well. Either way, the result is the same. Bears score the point, 23-19, and Coach Colley not calling timeout number 2. 23-19, senior captain Ellie Ness. Ness with a big serve. It's going to be popped up in the air. They're going to have to send a free ball. Bears with an opportunity to be in system. It's going to be Fanati, and nobody was ready for it. Nia Fanati with the dagger of a left hand. And now Coach Colley will use her second timeout. Nice play that time. Fanati, nobody was ready for it, and she threw it in the spot. And she's given the Bears a set point here in set number 2. Upper Arlington 24, Gahanna Lincoln 19. Upper Arlington looking to shut down set number 2. Senior captain Ellie Ness. Great teammate, great player. Had a good career here. Several older siblings in the program as well. And she's carried the family name wonderfully. Here comes Ness. She'll serve. It's in. It's real tight to the net again. Trouble coming from Bacon. She's going to pop it up in the air. Bone. That should be a double. It's going to be a double. And that's going to be set 2 for the Golden Bears. 25-19. So we go 1-1 here in Jim Hamilton Court. Good response from the Bears, truly. We talked about the end of that first set after they had been blocked pretty aggressively a few times. You never know how your team's going to respond. Coach Terwilliger's team responds really nicely. And they serve really well. And again, that middle of that set, Roxy Rigo, 9 consecutive points. Off the top of my memory, at least 4 or 5 of them were aces, including right after the timeout. She had that thing up to about 15-7. But then credit Aubrey Akiza, or Yekisup. Apologize, Aubrey, if I'm saying your name wrong. I didn't ask anybody before the match. I should have. She went back there and served them right back into the match. This thing was close all the way to the end. And a pull away from the senior captain, Ellie Ness, who came in to shut it down, and she did just that. Bears won, Lions won. We'll see you for set 3 in just a moment.
Upper Arlington will start the third set, 6-16. Nagy.
All right, here we go. We are back. 1-1. Junior captain Nia Fanati serving again, and it's going to be another ace, starting right where they left off. Aces aplenty in set number 2 for the Bears, and they'll start that way in set number 3 here. Bears coming back, winning a tough game too after dropping that first set, 24-26. They win 25-19 in set number 2. Fanati puts one off the tape, and the first service error in a long time for the Golden Bears makes it 1-1. Early in this game, Kaylee Jackson checking back in. So she's lined up as the middle in this particular lineup, meaning that she can sub in and out effortlessly, of course, with the libero. Riga from tight of the net. Montgomery blocked, but they dig it nicely. And then tip the other way, another dig. Can the Bears get it over? Montgomery does. They recover nicely. Again on the slide, Jackson blocked again by Montgomery, but covered by the Lions, and then the overpass won't go. Ava Bakeham, the setter, just tried to settle things down amidst a long one. Tried to set that thing over to the open court and couldn't get it over the net. Wow. Couple of big blocks for the Bears on Kaylee Jackson. Not easy to do, and now Eva Miller checks in to serve. 2-1 Bears early in set 3. We've seen some fireworks already from the Bears blockers. Miller, such a good floater. You can read that ball's logo from here. High off the block, good recycle from Lila Scott. She'll swing at it again. She'll go high off the block again, dug by Chowdhury. Now Rex swinging from the oppo side. Dug and up the middle. Now Jackson, she'll tip it deep, and she'll tip it to a spot where nobody's home. That's a difficult place to play defense. deep in that one zone. If the setter is pinched up for some sort of strategic purposes, that middle back defender has to get over there and cover a lot of ground in a hurry. And Montgomery had her motor on, but could not quite get there. Now Rigo with a nice pass. Fanati, she'll pull it back out of the net. And Rex tries to go high hands, rips it out of bounds. She's been the full-time setter for the last couple of years. This year they get a new student moves in who's a great setter as well. They find a way to try to put everybody's skill sets to use, and so Rex, who hasn't really swung full-time since she was in 8th grade, all of a sudden in a position to swing again. She's been successful this season. Again, 3rd on her team in kills. Now here come the errors back and forth. That one's into the net for the Golden Bears. Oswald back in, Scott back to serve. Senior captain Lila Scott, taken by Montgomery. Fanati, big push out for Rigo. She's gonna tip it over the top. And we're gonna get net on the blocking this time. Looked like the foot stepped over, says R2, Brian Washburn. And Ellie Ness will check in to serve again. She was sensational to end the set from the serve line. We'll see what she can do here.
Yes, sir.
Hop, skip, and a jump up. Good serve taken by Dinkle. High off the block, that time from Oswald. Excuse me, Lila Kinkle on the pass. Good pass, and that time Scott takes it off high hands. Excuse me, Oswald takes it off high hands. Jackson now. Fanati, real tight. Good, just a little bit of a throw for Rigo, but she puts it in a good spot. There's that deep corner, but Montgomery's able to pick this one up. Now Rudlinski tried to push that one from about 8 feet off. Tough set. Now it's going to go outside the antenna, though. Michaela Bone tried to put a roll shot over against the Bears, and it did not meet the mark that time. When your setter is off the net and you still want to be aggressive in the middle, that middle's got to have that hitting shoulder open just a little bit more to be able to kind of receive that ball and still take a swing at it. And Rudlinski had closed that shoulder just a little bit there. Trouble at the net, and somebody's over. That overpass kill that time for Fanati. 6-5 Bears, and now here comes Rigo back to the serve line. Their best server today. And let's see what Rigo can cook up here for the Bears, who lead 6-5 in set number 3 of this District 1 semifinal. Real tight to the net, thrown over. Somebody was in it. Yep, Fanati was in the net that time. Junior captain Nia Fanati couldn't get her hand out of the cookie jar fast enough that time. It hits the net. 6-6. Bone back to the serve line for the Lions. Michaela serves. Passed in rhythm now, Fanati. She'll push it to the right side. Gwen Rudlinski on the slide. Nobody home in the one zone that time. And Rudlinski puts a beautiful spot to a place where not a single Bear, not a single Lion, rather, would be able to get there.
And Rex and Sexton back in for the Bears. Katie Sexton serving.
Senior Katie Sexton has been a serve specialist here in this one. She's in to serve. And she will. Taken, pulls her way off. She's going to have to bump set the outside. High off the hands. That one's Totten. This time it's going to be taken now. Here comes Montgomery. She'll roll short, and it's going to be beautifully done right in front of the off blocker. She didn't sell that tip until the very last second. Keeps that elbow back until at the very end. It's so hard to read that elbow. If that elbow is up early, she's giving away that tip early, then it's easy for the defense to respond. But nice play that time by Montgomery. Now on the backside. Oswald high off the hands. Now Montgomery dug again. Montgomery overpass, dug again. And this time it can't be picked up by the Lions. 2 overpass swings in a row. When in doubt, keep swinging, Ava. And she gets the kill that time. 9 serving 6 now for the senior Sexton. She delivers the ball across court, up in the air again as they continue to try to attack Kinkle in the serve game. Over the roll shot, off the net, can't get it to go. Again, a tough play when you think it's a free ball. That setter leaves the back row, leaves that defensive position, and all of a sudden 2 people responsible for that backside of the court. And a good free ball spot there, and or a little bit of a slow transition from the Bears. 9-7, they lead. Pass up, just tipped up in the air. Another tip there, just trying to keep the ball in play out of system. High off the hands, turn around, and Rex just a little bit late getting there. Lila Scott, captain, goes high off the hands of Fanati, and Rex just a half second late on her dive to pick that thing up. Thought we were all having pancakes for dinner here tonight. Now Rex outside, Montgomery in system, and she'll deliver a strike to the back line. Beautiful swing that time. Middle back defender just a half second late getting there, put that thing down before she can get over there. Great swing from Montgomery. Keep staying aggressive from that line. Junior Ava Montgomery. Now Fanati back to serve, and we're in row 1. Nice pass, backside swing. Ooh, high off the block. Dominic, the middle, who had lined up on that oppo side. And she delivers from that oppo side with a big swing, and now Jackson checks back into the game. Dominic will sit. Ekasa's going to come back and serve this one. Senior captain Libero just out. Oh my, everybody on the Bears thought it was out. That thing was, I think, closer than anybody wanted to admit. 22 aces in the regular season for senior captain Aubrey Yakisa, and that one was almost another one, just a little bit out. 11-9, Bears with the lead now from the middle. Tip, good throw there, picked up now. Nicely set, Rigo's gonna try to roll, she will. In system, Bears over the net, oh! Couldn't quite get the pancake down again. As Novotny has been in to be the secondary setter here instead of Chilton, and Novotny that time aggressive from the front row setting spot, and able to put a tip down. 11-10 now. Here come the Lions in a 1-1 match. They come back in, the primary setter, as they run their 6-2 of sorts. Jackson high off the block. Nicely done for Blakeman, now to the outside. Scott's gonna squeeze it through. Kill for the Lions, and Lila Scott averaging 2.1 kills per set this regular season, hitting 180 in the regular season. Bacon still serving. We're at 11-Z's here. Ooh, just out. You can see that really, really good technique from Libero Asha Chadhari. Just following that thing with her eyes all the way until you know for certain it is out, and it was out. 12-11 Bears. She gets rewarded with an opportunity to serve. She'll serve another deep serve. Decent pass, they're gonna go backside. Swinging, tongue out and everything. Ball dug nicely, that was a good swing from Scott. Now Bone, she'll tip it over. Chaudhry on the bump set, Rigo out of system. High hands, nope, good dug, dig, out of the net, and it won't come out of the net. Rigo gets another kill. Nice high hand swing, that was a beautiful set. Again, when you're out of system, meaning it's, for lack of a better term, not perfect. The setter's not in their normal setting spot, setting the offense. When they are out of system, you want to put that thing nice and high, a little bit in, a little bit off. We call it 5x5, 5 feet in, 5 feet off the net. And Chaudhry did that perfectly. Now Jackson high swing dug by Montgomery in the back row. They'll push to Rigo. Rigo off the tool, that's out of bounds, just barely. Gahanna fans not excited about that call, but it was definitive from the line judge. And it looked out from here as well, but we don't have the best perspective perched high in the Upper Arlington Gymnasium. Far side Jackson, big swing, high off the block, taken by Rigo. Can they get it over the net? Fanati does. Here comes another opportunity to swing Bone. She'll try to roll. Chaudhry with a nice dig. Fanati from her knees. Rex over the top of the block. Dug again. And a one-handed set attempt from Bacon, not high enough for her opposite hitter, Michaela Bone, to be able to do anything with it. And Coach Colley wants to talk to the R2 about something. Again, the rules keep changing, friends. On that second ball, that set can be ugly now. It can still be a lift, but it's not going to be called for a double. One-handed hits still are allowed, and Colley does decide to call her timeout here. She was having a spirited conversation with the down ref in this one. And she'll call her timeout number 1 with the Bears leading 15-11 in this one. Good crowd here. Good spirit, good energy in the gym. Both teams well represented. Nice of the Gahanna fans to make the trip over. It's probably a 20-25 minute trip. Gahanna, Lincoln building a brand new high school. I've heard it from decent authority that their gym will be equally as nice and as beautiful as this one at Upper Arlington, which is really a quite stunning facility. I know that school should be, I think that school will open later this year. They'll be able to start playing in that gym. Probably not this girls team, but certainly next year's girls team. Chowdhury with a 15-11 serve out of the timeout. They're gonna set you-know-who. Jackson off the head, and it's down. Ivy Rex got her that time. And Jackson took a big swing and a big block from Ivy Rex on the right side. Let's see how Jackson responds now to being blocked a couple of times in this game. Emotionally, the Bears bounced back from their set 1. Let's see how Jackson can. On the right side, Scott up in the air, and it can't be dug. That thing came high off the block. Lila Scott swinging, and Roxy Rigo high off of her block. Rex could not get there, and help was not given when it was asked for from her teammates. Scott now serving. Fanati from the middle, push to the outside. To Rigo, high off the hands of Kaylee Jackson. Now they'll push outside. Oswald off the block, and this one goes. Middle, Gwen Rudlinski got a hand on it, but it pushes through. And the point is scored for the Lions. Serve again for senior captain Lila Scott. Oh, just over the net. Nice serve, and it's going to be an ace. That was a tricky serve. That thing went right over the tape and died in a hurry. Rigo tries to pop it up, but an ace for the Lions. Now 16-14. The Bears leads down to 2. Montgomery. Fanati right over the top, and just late to get there is the setter, Bacon. She recognized that those setters were always the first to see when the counterpart decides to do it. She was just a little bit late. Great dump by Fanati to get the side out. And the volleyball back here. Now senior captain Ellie Ness in for her serving rotation. Rex will give some water. Good serve, fought off. Wow, it ended up being a pretty nice pass. Now rolled over the top and out of bounds. Oswald got a little aggressive with her roll shot. And she tried to go right on down the line, catch that setter napping in her defensive base position. But instead the ball goes out of bounds. Point to the Bears now, 18-14. Critical point in this third set. Outside, Oswald tips deep, and it's in. Oh, that ball had eyes. Wow, oh wow, oh wow. Oswald tipped that thing to literally the very back corner of the court. Montgomery chased it as best she could, but that was a 1 in 100 shot. That thing hit right in the spot it had to. Jackson back to serve now, 15-18 Lions. High pass, Fanati from 12 feet, pushes to Rigo, high off the block. Tipped up in the air by Jackson now, bump set to the outside. Oswald swings high off the block, and it's gonna be roofed by Fanati. As the Bears pick up another big block on the outside. And the Lions were setting the oppos a lot early. They've gone away with that, putting a lot of things outside, and that makes Gwen Rudlinski, the middle blocker, or Lily Blakeman, makes their jobs much easier when you know where that ball is going. You stopped setting a certain position. Here it comes again. This time it's going to be bumped over. Now they need to be in system here. Free ball play. Fanati, backside. It's going to be the slide, and it's Rudlinski for a point. Big kill for Gwen Rydlinski. And Rydlinski around the corner. She is a sophomore, friends, and she is playing well as one of the full-time middles for the Bears here. But she comes around. That was beautiful. And the beautiful part about that in this rotations when Fanati's in the front row is that that middle has to respect her ability to dump. So unless they are communicating beautifully in the front row about she's coming around, she's coming around, she's coming around, slide, slide, slide. And she leaves her left side blocker on an island against that middle who's coming with some steam. And Rydlinski's got a big kill there, and that forces a timeout for the Lions here. Coach Terwilliger still has both of her timeouts here in set number 3. 20-15, Upper Arlington Golden Bears, the number 4 seed in District 1 of Division I here in the great state of Ohio. Freshman Roxy Rigo back to serve. Tough to call her the player of the game just yet. Obviously a lot of game to go, but she is certainly in the short list of candidates right now. Rigo, good serve. Bone puts it back in play. Bacon, ooh, very soft hands, gonna be dug. They're gonna have to send a free ball over. Those third balls can be called for doubles. Oswald high off the block again. And Rigo not able to play the defense off the block that she had hoped for. You can see her looking at her hands. They've deceived me, she says. 20-16, point after timeout, importantly won by the Lions there. Bone dribbling the volleyball, now she'll serve. Chowdhury takes it with hands. Fanati push outside, Montgomery in system! And a big bang from Ava Montgomery. Those pink shoes flying through the air as Montgomery lays the boomstick. And a good side out for the Bears now. 21-16, they maintain that 5-point lead. Sexton serving. Pass up, set from 10 feet by Novotny, who's been the second setter to be in since the middle of that second set. For Chilton, now Rigo from the pipe. Nice roll shot taken. They're gonna be out of system. She's gonna have to tip it, and that's a tough play. Aubrey Totten, that ball's kind of coming over your head on that right side, and she does everything she can to try to put it in. But instead it goes into the net now. And if you turn the sound down and just looked at the body language right now, the Bears seem to have the advantage in this set, mentally, if nothing else. Now on the outside, high off the block, they will call a touch that time. Good response from Totten. She was able to go high hands off of the setter, Nia Fanati. And this is the rotation where Fanati will swing that left hand from the right side. She might get set right here. Nope, they're gonna set the middle. Blakeman with a tip. Set was a little bit low. Swung from the middle. Dug easily by Rigo. Now outside to Montgomery. Boomstick again! Montgomery! Her shots are finding open court right now, and she is swinging aggressively. And again, we had wondered if those early blocks were going to have an effect on her. They seem to have no effect on her as she has stayed aggressive, and she is swinging now, and she's got her team a 6-point lead here, 23-17 now. As Michaela Tuthill will come in. A little substitution, slow down of the momentum. Veteran coach move for Coach Colley. See if it's effective here. Fanati very dialed in. Another good serve. Whoop, nope, they're gonna call him for out of rotation. That's tough. 24-17 is the Lions gonna be called for being out of rotation on this one. And the Bears now staring at set point. Fanati. Passed up now on the outside. Scott, somebody was in the net, no touch, no call. Montgomery high off the block, and that's gonna be set 2 for the Bears. Montgomery all over that third set. And
play this Thursday, 10:23 at 5:30 p.m.
There you go.
at Ohio Dominican.
So the winner of this match Thursday, you can hear the in-arena announcer saying it now.
Tonight's match will play the winner of the number 7 Arlington Liberty contest against the number 20 City. Again, winner tonight plays Thursday, 10:23 at Ohio Dominican at 5:30 p.m.
Okay. So, good win that time. Starting to settle into their game a little bit, certainly in that third set. It's 25-19 again. They turned the scoreboard off faster than I could look at that score because I was listening to my friend John Ness, the in-arena announcer here today. Oh well. Set number 3 goes to the Bears. They can put them away here with set number 4 if they want. As we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, when these two teams played on August 21st, Gahanna won the first set, and then Upper Arlington won sets 2, 3, and 4. So far, this game trending in the same direction. Can they put it away here? Can the fourth set be decisive for the Bears? Or will we need to go 5 to determine this semifinal winner for District 1? Be back with the fourth set in just a moment. Set number 4 about to commence here at Jim Hamilton Court. The Golden Bears of Upper Arlington lead now 2-1 over the Gahanna Lincoln Lions. Lions will be serving here in set number 4. Winner go home now for Gahanna. Got to get this set or it is the end of their season. Again, really nice response from the Golden Bears after dropping pretty heartbreaking first set, the way that it kind of ended for them emotionally as well. Getting blocked a couple of times by this brutal front line of the Lions, but credit the Bears. A lot of maturity, a lot of upperclassmen on this team, of course, to accompany maybe the best player in the gym, and she happens to be a freshman, and that's Roxy Rigo. But they responded well. Here we go, fourth set. Oswald will serve this one, taken by Rigo. Perfect pass in the middle, Blakeman, she took a big swing, but that ball is into the net for the Bears. First point of the set goes to the Lions. It's a good set in, system, in rhythm. Just didn't quite have the timing dialed up, and Blakeman took a big swing at it and into the net. Oswald serves. Rex again, right back to Blakeman. This time it's tipped up in the air and right back to the Bears' side. And everybody looked around waiting for somebody else to cover it. And it was not covered. 2-0 Lions. Quick start to set number 4. Again, their season now on the line. Taken by Rigo. Rex. Montgomery high off the block. Bone was there, but not quite square to the net. And Montgomery puts another kill pass as she has stayed aggressive, to her credit. And she is having a very good evening here in the Jim Hamilton Court, especially that third set, and now continuing right back here at the beginning of set number 4. Now back to rotation number 1, Nia Fanati, junior captain setter. The lefty spins, fires it over the net. Nice swing, but good pass. Now they're going to be a little bit out of rhythm. Bone, high roll shot to the deep corner. Fenati plays good defense up in the air, and they're going to have to send a free ball back. Now taken again. Bacon push deep to the Jackson. Nice dig by Chowdhury. Over the net. Was she in the net? Ooh, I thought the hard two was going to call her in the net. He chooses to swallow the whistle, or the ball hits it again. Tough for me to see from here. He's obviously much closer than I am, perched up at all the way at the back of the stands here at Jim Hamilton Court. Point goes to the Lions nonetheless. Chowdhury now. Rex. Back row attack for Rigo. Tough off the block. Bone can't seal. Again, and another tool for a point for the Golden Bears. So again, my understanding of volleyball logic and karma, that meant that, in fact, she probably was in the net on the previous play, and the ball doesn't lie. That's what we like to say in the gym. Ball don't lie. Eva Miller now. 2 serving 3. Set number 4. Win or go home for the Lions of Gahanna Lincoln. Off the tape. Oh, nice one-handed pass. Are they going to be able to get it over? No. Novotny in the way. That's such a good, we talked about that earlier in the set. Such a tough thing when you're trying to get to the ball and the player's just trying to get out of the way and inadvertently ends up being exactly in the way from where you need it to be. Miller serves again. Nice, like low float. Ace for Eva Miller. Good serve for Miller now, and the Bears picking up where they left off with their aggressive serve game here tonight. It has clearly been a focal point of their attack. You can see Coach Terwilliger there giving her those symbols exactly where she wants her to serve each and every time. Attacking seams, attacking different players specifically, and the Bears have done a very nice job. Now, Rigo, high roll shot taken, but not well, and gonna be a kill for Roxy Rigo. Tough platform angle that time. Yekas has had such a good day for the Lions. That was one she's gonna want back there. That dig, one she makes 10 out of 10 times in practice. Maybe it hit a block funny, changed the trajectory just a little bit now. Miller continues to serve. Beautiful pass now. Novotny, backside swing, Bone, high off the block, and this time it's going to be a point for the Lions, and that gets the bench fired up a little bit. Again, Michaela Bone, they call her the silent assassin. She's been a nice addition, just a true sophomore here. 41 kills on the season. She has been growing and developing in every game. Deep serve, and too deep from Bone this time. Tough after a nice energy, momentum carrying play to then serve it right out. It's kind of the game within the game type of things here. That high school volleyball, such a great sport for reasons, many of which are like that. Good pass for Jackson, that's a dot. Now she'll get it right back. Jackson, I don't think it got touched. Yeah, they're gonna call 4 attacks. I don't think it got touched either. That was a low trajectory of her swing. It looked like she jumped early. It looks like maybe for a moment she thought she was in the back row, to be honest. And her approach just looked a little bit out of time, out of sorts, and caused her to kind of hit that thing right into the top of the tape. Chowdhury serving. Jackson with the pass. Get back into the middle. Into the spot. That's going to be top. Going to be picked up. Now, whoa, Rigo! And they're going to call it out of bounds. She tried to rip it line. Oh, she wanted it too. You could see the frustration on her face. She really wanted to rip that thing line just out of bounds. As an outside hitter, most of the good outside hitters at this level of high school volleyball have a really good cross court. Some of them have a really good cut, but the really, really good ones can rip that thing right down the line. And Rigo tried to show that she had that shot in the bag right there, just out of bounds. And out of rotation again for the Lions for the second time in as many sets. Those are free points for the Bears, and they can drive a coach crazy for sure. Again, we talked about it just a little bit ago. Body language for the Lions is different right now. It has changed over the last set and a half. Can they get it back here? Trailing 8-5 with their season on the line. Ness, another ace for Ellie Ness. Senior captain Ellie Ness has started to take over from that line, as have her teammates. These Golden Bears serving the Lions tough right now. Coach Terwilliger coaching a nice game from that sideline with that serve book. Novotny sets outside, high off the hands from Oswald. Ness High in the middle, careful. Not going to be able to get that one over again. As the coach and a former player, those ones right at the net always make me a little bit nervous. Fortunate that time, no one's injured, but the point does go to the Lions. Tough play there. That's why we talk about that 5 and 5, right? Keeping 5 feet off, 5 feet in. Cuts down on your margin for error. That time, Ness's high second ball was just a little bit too tight. Fanati, oh! She's going to dump. She was just a little bit further off the net than she thought she was, and that dump went right into the tape. Again, a good setter dump. She's not going to give it away too soon. She's going to try to look like she's setting as long as possible, and she's whoa! That ball is in. Ooh, an ace right on the line from Ava Bacon, the junior setter, and she put that thing right on the line. That was a really nice serve. The kids stay in the gym after practice for hours trying to hit that serve. Just get that thing to land right on the line. She'll go short to the far side of the court this time. Fanati, good push. Rigo out of sorts just a little bit. Looked like maybe she jumped a little early and was not able to swing that ball to the best of her abilities that time. We're very quickly back to 9-9. Fanati a push again. This time Rigo rolls over the top, into the block, back over. Fanati again, give it to her again. Roxy Rigo down the line, gonna be dug up in the air, into the ceiling, taken by the libero, and then bumped over very gingerly by Oswald. Now the slide, and they tool it off the block. When Rydlinski, that's clearly her go-to. That's clearly the favorite play when those two are next to each other in the front row. And that time, she tools Kate Oswald on that left side. Rigo serving. Rolled over the top, taken by the setter. Now Rigo from the back left. Montgomery out of system, good swing, keeps it in play though. To the far side, rolled off the top, Rigo with another dig. Fanati from her knees, and it's gonna be rolled over the net and into a spot where there are no Lions waiting. And again, if you have been watching volleyball for a while, you're calling, and you can even see some of the fans still calling for illegal sets there. But again, that is a new rule in volleyball. It started at the national level, worked its way down. Now high school this year is first year it's been in play. And they want to keep the game moving. They want to take some of those subjective things out of the referee's hands. So that second ball, as this one's going to be free ball taken out. Bears point. And a timeout called here by Coach Colley. 12-9 here. They've gotten that thing back to tied at 9-9 and now back down to 12-9. Anyway, finishing my thought, new rule again. The idea, they just want to keep the game going. So on that second ball, when that setter is setting, or whoever is setting that second ball, it can be ugly. It can look and appear and be a double contact. There are obviously still significant strategic advantages to have the set being good, but they are not going to call that foul any longer. Even though you might hear some people in the background going, oh, when those sets are what would have been easy calls in the past are being let go, which is how the new rules are working here for volleyball. 12-9, critical point in the match right here. Coach Colley calls her girls together. They're down 3. There's no time to panic, but you have to start playing a little bit like your back's against the wall, because they are. Coach Colley, Coach Ebright talking to their team. Rigo back at the serve line for the Bears. The freshman puts one middle back. Now set to the outside. Oswald, high swing and a kill. Kate Oswald delivers after the timeout for her coach, and a side out for the Lions. And more importantly, gets Roxy Rigo off of the serve line, which she has been deadly for the Bears tonight. Now we're going right back to the libero, Aubrey Yekesa. She has been extremely good from the serve line herself. Fanati, big push. Montgomery, nice cover of her own swing. And now she'll try, and it's gonna be over. And they'll put it right back to the spot where she just left. Oh my. Second time tonight that's happened on the first ball. Michaela Bone sees the open spot on the court and throws it right back there. Tough play, because Chowdhury had come all the way up to the net. She's getting back to her base, running back to the spot. That is a tough play. And a heads-up play for Bone, and it's now led to an ace. So just like that, good timeout for Coach Colley. It was 9-12, and now it's 12-12. So 3 in a row out of the timeout for the Lions. And they are fighting. They are fighting right now, like their season depends on it, because it does. Chowdhury, nice pass after the error. A little bit of a hang, and she puts it down, Montgomery. When you're hot, and right now Montgomery is hot. And even that miss hit off the fingertips finds some open court in that 900 square feet. Katie Sexton, senior, in to serve now. Bears back with a 1-point lead, 13-12. Set number 4 in this District 1 semifinal. Backside swing, out of bounds, no touch. Oh, the Bears may have gotten away with one. No touch, say any of the 4 referees. The Lions calling for it aggressively. As I like to say, ball don't lie. We'll find out right now if that was a touch or not here with this serve from Sexton. Ooh, an out of rotation again for the Lions. Oh boy, that is now 3 different times in the last 2 sets that they have been out of rotation. Again, in volleyball, you rotate. You have to stand in that spot until the ball is served. You can do different things to manipulate it and push it left and right, but you cannot overlap the person to your front or your back or your left or your right. And somebody is overlapped. Gahanna's going to call for a lineup check here. Also a savvy coach move to try to slow things down. Their lineup appears correct. And the Bears are going to huddle up while the referees get this sorted here. 15-12 on the scoreboard. And they're going to call a replay. So apparently she was not out of rotation after all. So they'll take that point off the scoreboard. 14-12 now, the Bears lead. Good job getting it right, though, for the officials there, talking to the score table as well. Do the right thing. It's always what you want. High swing, high up in the air. It doesn't touch the ceiling, so it's legal to go across the net. There's the one-handed set. Roll over the top. Dug quickly at the net. Sexton comes in hard. Tip from Montgomery. Deep shot into the corner. Resetting in system now. Oswald, swing. Did it get down? No, it didn't. Dug by Rigo. Here's Montgomery high off the block, and it fights through. Ava Montgomery with another kill for the Bears. Putting this team on her back right now, and she is in the front row. Ava Montgomery. We talked about at the very outset, this team is paced by their outside hitters, Rigo and Montgomery is doing every bit of her part now. Over the net, oh, nice play by Rex. A good set from Blakeman in the middle, and it's down from Montgomery. What do they say? When you're hot, you're hot. And Montgomery is hot right now. Every ball that she sends over is getting down. And what a good time for a player to get hot here in a put-it-away set. 16-12 now. They called timeout at 9-12. She got it back to 12-12, and now quickly 16-12. It's been a game of runs here in set number 4. That's a deep serve, and it goes out of bounds. Sexton with a little bit of a deep serve that time. Subs coming for both teams. Now, Kaylee Jackson, best player for the Lions, gets back onto the court this time. Kiki Miller gonna sub in to serve for Kate Oswald. Junior defensive specialist Kiki Miller. 16-13, Lions backs against the wall here. Can they fight it out and force a set 5? Serve coming from Miller. Taken by Montgomery, another dot. In the middle, Blakeman pounds it off the block of Bone. And a big swing from Lily Blakeman. Senior middle hitter, 68 kills on the season herself, hitting .212. This season, hitting percentages a little bit like baseball batting averages. Anything over 300 is really, really good. It's your attempts minus your kills divided by your attempts, of course, but you got to subtract your errors first. Jackson, deep! Oh my! That ball was hit so hard. Everybody was a little bit surprised to hear the call. I think it was the right call. It was out of bounds. She didn't get a lot of topspin on it. That was a flat shot to the back edge and just out of bounds. Fanati in to serve. Jackson again, you know it's coming to her. She swings, nicely dug. Fanati to Rex. Rex will throw it off the block. Taken by the Lions now. Jackson again. This one's going to be a net on Lily Blakeman in the middle for the Bears. So a side out for the Lions. They get out of the rotation with Fanati back there. Again, it's hard to say that one server is more aggressive than the other ones. They've all been really good. Rigo's served extremely well. Chadhari's excused extremely well. Fanati's serving well in this one, and then serve subs for the other ones who are also playing extremely well. 18-14 here. Getting a little nervy on that Lion bench, but they have an ace here. Diving to her right side. Senior captain Chadhari not able to get to that one cleanly. Such a positive spirit though, talking to her team, getting her girls back up. Love to see that from a leader and a captain. And your defensive specialist. Passed up in the air. Rex has got time, but not a great bump set, and she tried to tip it that time. And it was just too tight to the net. Again, we talked about that set being too tight when you're out of system. And Ivy Rex's bump set, not exactly where we wanted it to be if you're rooting for the Golden Bears. 18-16 now after a couple of points. It's, oh my goodness. The line judge, very decisive about that one. From my perspective, that set looked like it might have been in. No replay system, of course, in high school volleyball. 19-16. But ball don't lie. Told you this game is funny like that. And Eva Miller with an odd poor serve that time. She hadn't served that bad in a year and a half, I bet. But again, this is a funny game sometimes. And I think that serve was in, and now we're getting that volleyball karma. 19-17. Gahanna Lincoln. Still has Kaylee Jackson in the front row. Bone to serve. Bone will serve deep. Chadhari up in the air. Fanati will push to Roxy Rigo. Rigo just out. She found the hole in the block, but didn't quite snap over the top with enough aggression to pop that thing to the outside, and it's 19-18. And if this thing gets to 19-19, look for the Bears to maybe call a timeout as they start to feel a little bit of the pressure here. Oh, let her off the hook with a deep serve. Bone's serve goes deep, and they let any ounce of pressure that they had put on the Bears there, they let them right off the hook there. Tough serve. 20-18 now. Oh, no. Another rotation error. He's checking with the score table. Another out of system. And critical error at 21-18. Fourth time, well, the third time that it's counted. At that time it was legit as that middle. And that oppo were not right. Now Novotny will set. Jackson, she'll just try to roll it over the top. She was out of phase there. From the middle, tipped up in the air. Redlinski gets one to go. And now Gahanna calling timeout number 2. It's 22-18. And the Lions hanging on by a thread here. 4-point lead in a decisive set 4 if it goes the Bears' way. It's been a really fun night of volleyball, guys. I appreciate you joining me. It's been a fun game. Good volleyball on both sides. Can the Bears finish and move on to the district championship against the winner of Liberty and Grove City? Or will the Lions find a way to scrap out and force the decisive game 5-15? Good juice in the gym tonight. Senior captain Asha Chadhari to serve. 22-18. Win or go home for the Lions. Chavez serve, taken by Jackson. They're gonna push it to the other side. Big move from Ivy Rex. Vita Tominick, she's just a freshman. She took a big swing at it, but the senior Hillsdale College commit, Ivy Rex, that was a big block. That gets all of the juices going on that bench for the Bears. And the Lions look a little stung on the other side. 23-18. Asha to serve. Taken by Jackson, but it's going to be an overpass and kill for Roxy Rigo. 24-18 here. Senior captain. Match point here for the Bears. Asha Chowdhury back to serve it here for the Bears to move on to Thursday night's district final. Pass up in the air. Going to the freshman, Tominick. Fanati, big push. Nope, back row to Montgomery. Just couldn't quite get all of it. It looked like it hit off the fingertips and into the net. And the Lions live to play another point. And unfortunately, Kaylee Jackson goes to the back row for them. She is their big hitter. She's had a very nice night for them. She'll be back next year. This Gahanna team will be tough. At the net, Fanati. Nice job to position her body, and Rex with a big swing. And that's it. Game, set, and match, and the Bears dispatch the Lions 25-19 here in set number 4. They will play in the district finals Thursday night at Ohio Dominican. What a game, and a big celebration for the Bears at the center of the court. And we told you about Ivy Rex, her talent, her size on that right side, and man, she ended this thing with an exclamation point. That thing peeled paint off of the floor. Big time swing from your senior, from your captain, and the Bears will move on. What a good fight. What a great match of volleyball. Congratulations to the Gahanna Lincoln Lions on a great season. Again, they lost so many of their top players from a year ago when they won the districts themselves for the first time since 2016. So a rebuilding year for Coach Colley. And she has a lot of talent to think about. Her junior setter's coming back. Her junior big hitter, Kaylee Jackson, is coming back. McKaylin Bone will just be a junior. Kate Oswald's coming back. So Vita Tominick, again, just a freshman. So they've got some talent in the hopper, do these Lions. And they will be back again, I am sure. Congratulations to them again on their season. But tonight, your victors, the Upper Arlington Golden Bears. The 4th seed holds serve here at home, and they are moving on to the district championship against the Olentangy Liberty Patriots or the Grove City Greyhounds. Bulldogs, Greyhounds? I totally blanked out. I think they're the Greyhounds. Wow, that was weird. Against Grove City or Liberty. Liberty is in their conference. They split with them this year, 1-1, if that is the matchup. So, guys, thanks again so much. This was my pleasure. A lot of fun to hang out with you tonight. Again, my name is Phil Nagy. Signing off here from Jim Hamilton Court on the campus of Upper Arlington High School as the Upper Arlington Golden Bears 3-1 victors in this one. All right. See you next time, guys. Take care of yourselves. Have a great night. Go Bears!